Yes. Hello, good evening here from Freiburg. We are here at the Tamburi Mundi channel and Frame Drum Days. Today we have a talk, a very interesting talk with three guests. And I say welcome to Tuba Gülyashil from Istanbul. Hello,
Hi,
Tuba.
hi from Istanbul to Freiburg. It's great to be here again. Thank you for your invitation.
Thank you. And Isabel from Spain. Hello.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here in Tamburi Mundi channel. Thank you.
Nice to see you again here. And Johnny, you are the first time here, right?
Yes. It's a pleasure to join too. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you for coming. So, yes, we will have a nice talk. I think it's a very special topic that I also like, using voice with percussion. And so we will explore tonight very interesting things, I think, because to have the chance to speak with you about this topic, to go deeper about your approach, your ideas, your development also, I think this will inspire us a lot, maybe give us new ideas, new input for our work as a musician. And yes, so first we would like to introduce you with some short music, some video. So we can start with you, Tuba.
Ben bir göçmen kızı gördüm Tuna boyunda Elinde bir besli kuzi hem kocacığında Elinde bir besli kuzi hem kocacığında Doğru söyle göçmen kızı annen var mıdır? Ne annem var ne babam var kalmışam öksüz Ne annem var ne babam var kalmışam öksüz Sen bir öksüz ben bir garip alayım seni Alayım da gizli yerde sarayım seni Alayım da gurbet elde sarayım seni Telegrafın tellerinden haber var mıdır? Ne haber var ne mektup var kalmışam öksüz Ne haber var ne mektup var kalmışam öksüz Doğru söyle göçmen kızı annen var mıdır? Ne annem var ne babam var kalmışam öksüz Ne annem var ne babam var kalmışam öksüz Sen bir öksüz ben bir garip alayım seni Alayım da gizli yerde sarayım seni Alayım da gurbet elde sarayım seni
Wow. Thank you.
I thank you so
Tuba, welcome here. So let us know a little bit about yourself. Maybe just you can introduce yourself a little bit also about this song. You can tell us a little bit.
Of course. Yeah, I am too, and Tamburi Mundi is familiar with me, and I'm so happy to be here again. So honored as usual. And I'm generally singing folk music songs, Turkish folk music songs, and this is belongs to Macedonia, and this song that you played. I generally use my frame drum to accompany with my songs. I can be defined as singer more because drumming is something really wide, and what you are doing, for example, dear Murat, is something really different because it is, while you are drumming, the rhythm sing a song itself. So what I'm doing is just accompanying with my songs. Uh, Actually, my academic department is Turkish religious music. I want to call it divine music. The religious, when you say religious music, it can be understood like specific to a religion. So I want to call it divine music. But for academic view in Turkey, it is called Turkish religious music. I'm making a doctorate there. I am PhD student, and my thesis is on more education for young learners of music. So for my performances, as you see, I'm always using my frame drum, and it is not that much common in Turkey that one comes and just drum and sing at the same time without any instrument. So sometimes it is being criticized by some because they think that there should be an instrument which you can see the melodies as well. Of course, I use many instruments for bigger programs, but for my channel or for my little window, I'm just taking my frame drum and talking with them by the help of the songs. That's tuba, so nothing more than this actually, dear Murat.
Yes, thank you, thank
I
you.
think.
And we can talk later about these details you already talked. Yes, thank you. And so we continue with Joanie, right? And
Okay.
we prepared, we've chosen one short video to introduce you. I think this is not so typical for your music, but we will see.
Okay.
ta 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 lang budinda ta ta takitadom ta pidi pakumpa ta zimana mana mazim ta pripara pidi pa ta tu pidi pa ta tu pa tata didi taka pa tum takita ta pidi pa taka jonno tata ta kita ta tum ta takita ta tum ta ta din takitadom.
Gosh. Yeah.
Ah, merci. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful conversation, and we choose this for starting it. But for our people here in the channel, so because maybe they think, oh, Johnny is specialized for carnival or something.
I'm not.
A lot.
So should
Yes,
I give you a context for this song? And
please.
okay.
Yes.
So I have to say first, this is a composition. So there's a lot of creation from my end in that I will call it the creation, that creation piece. But the composition really, the base of it all is from my friend Charu Hariharan that you see on the video. Charu is a wonderful percussionist from South India. And we did this project last year, so we played for a festival called Pause Festival, and we did 2 collaboration songs and 2 songs of our own. So you can find that on YouTube. Maybe we put a link later. And what was fun is that I'm a multi-percussionist. I'm Canadian, and in Canada, I'm in the French part of Canada, and we have a culture of our own. So we have our folklore, but it is a small niche. So basically, we're influenced by a lot of music from all around the world. And as a percussionist, I then learned music from Cuba, from Spain, from India, from Africa. And so I am, as a professional percussionist, and also, of course, all the so I want to also make a link right now. So I'm not it's the frame drums talk. So I don't see myself as a professional frame drum player, very advanced. I still see myself as a student for the frame drums, but of course I'm very much influenced by the language, the colors, and sometimes with bands I will play a bit of darbuka, a bit of tar, and so I'm a big mix of many things. So when we did this collaboration with Charu, she had this Konakol talk, and I studied also mridangam, which is a percussion from South India. So the percussion that Charu is playing on the video, actually. And Charu told me, hey, but you have these African syllables and Cuban syllables, and that would be cool to put it in. So that's what we did. So the Zimana Mana Mazim comes from Aruna Dembele, a very great djembe-fola. Pri para pri pri. This comes from West Africa. So Mamadi Keita, for example, is a great master I took these syllables from. So yeah, I like that Murat chose that video because it represents a little bit the mixture also with the cajon. So I also studied Spanish cajon, flamenco singing also. I use my voice a lot. I studied Cuban singing, and now I do my own projects. So yeah, so this video shows a little bit the mixture, African djembe. So yeah.
Yes, thank you. Very colorful, your work, and we will listen later also some more contrast also to this, but later we have time to speak and to listen more. Thank you, Joanny.
Perfect, thank you.
And yeah, so last but not least, Isabel, you also have been here, and we will introduce you with one beautiful song.
De la harina que roba y de los costales, de la harina que roba y de los costales, la molinera. Los caminos de Serquechis con luna prieta, salí de casa. Estrella, sol y luna, sal a la calle. Me puse a contar, voy al monte mañana por un ramito de flores, y si no me lo pide nadie, me voy en busca de amores.
Hast du es geschafft?
Yo! Sorry, it was my mistake. That was not one song. That were many different
Yes.
songs.
Yes.
Yes, and so we could see all the different drums inside, different styles. So that was the idea to choose this
Mhm.
music. Isabel, thank you
Yes,
for coming.
it was last August in Tamburi Mundi. It was a really nice concert there. And yes, I play different drums for the Mediterranean region. I said Bendir, and yes, because I was studying different style of singing, Turkish singing, Greek singing with different teachers. And also for me, it's very important my own tradition. I was studying I'm studying Spanish music, and also like tuba. For me, it's like my instrument. The percussion instrument is to accompany my voice. No, it is to follow these traditional pieces, or sometimes we compose new songs with many influences with these traditions. Yes, that is my way to do.
Yes, yes. And you played in the duo, right?
Yes, this is Milo que mandarini, means
Mandari. Yeah.
apple and tangerine in Greek. And we play different pieces from the Mediterranean area, and also some new compositions, our compositions.
Yeah, yeah. And we will listen later again some music. Yeah, so this was a short introduction, and I'm sure you have your own followers, you have your own fans, and they know what you do. So, but I think maybe we have some people who don't know you. So for this reason, it was the idea to also put some music in the chat so they can watch also your YouTube channels. Yeah, so now we come to our topic tonight. Voice, singing. So the question is sometimes, do you feel like a singer? Do you feel like a drummer? Or what is the definition? And yes, so this is maybe one thing that is interesting for us. And also one topic is the tradition. Isabel, you also mentioned that. So also tuba. So what is the tradition for you, and how do you work with the tradition? Do you follow any tradition? And how do you develop your music? And the other thing is, of course, what do you sing? I mean, the content is also important. Sorry, I don't understand Spanish, but it sounds beautiful. I don't know what you sing, but it's or I don't understand Sephardic language also, because it was not only Spanish, I think. The only language I understand is of tuba, because I know Turkish. But at the end, for me, it's the beauty of the voice, the beauty of the words, because it's like a melody. Even a language that I don't understand, that is it gives me a lot. And but it's I think it's important to talk also about the content. So do you work with traditional songs? Do you write your own lyrics, and so on? So these are maybe some interesting things, and maybe we can start with tuba if you want.
Of course. For tradition, for Turkish music, the traditional way of drumming and singing is really important actually for some. And for me, if we want to talk about Turkish music view, we should separate them in an academic way into two. It is Turkish religious music and Turkish non-religious music. It is not a big separation, but it is for defining the forms itself. For example, for Turkish religious music, you have a different way of singing. You know, it is being sang in a different manner. Maybe more strict, or not joy like singing a song, because it is, as you said, the content is really important, and they are separated for the contents and the places that they are being sang. For me, I am singing religious music very often. I am calling them Sufi music or divine music. So, as I said, religious is just for academic definition. And I am not singing them in a traditional manner. And for some traditional views, to be sang by women, these kind of religious songs are not that much suitable for some ideas. So I am not that much connected to tradition, because sometimes tradition doesn't accept me. So sometimes I have to pass more, and I'm singing them in a more modern way and more ethnic way. For example, you can't sing religious songs with bendir, with frame drum, with jingles, daire. It's not suitable for tradition, but I can sing. So, so I mean, I take some advantages, some inspirations of tradition, but I am not that much strict to tradition for religious forms. And for non-religious forms, for example, if you sing folk song, you have a different manner again according to the different regions of Turkey. You have different way of singing. You have different words, spellings, but I'm not that much again strict to that kind of details. I'm singing them as I wish as well. But if somewhere or if the people that I'm working with want me to sing in a traditional way, I know each of them. Turkish classical music, Turkish folk music, Turkish religious music. I can sing the way that they want. But for my wish, I am, in religious music, we sing sometimes together with whirling dervishes, Sufis, and their left hand is just stick on the ground, and their right foot, and going around. So I define myself like that. I am stick to tradition, but I can go all over the world and I can take everything. So I am not from tradition. I am also from the tradition itself. So in the middle, I take the benefit, I take the inspiration, but it is not like my rule. It doesn't make me strict to somewhere. I am free, but I take the good parts of it, of course, because I have to have some ground to make myself more improved. So my ground is my tradition.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
For me, it's interesting because when I see your playing and singing, I don't know if how it is for Joanie and Isabel. So you have the feeling this is very old, ancient tradition. Someone is taking the drum and sing. This is something so connected to deep roots. And when you say this is so surprising because I think in our and I don't know, as I said, maybe Isabel and Johnny, you have the same feeling. And now you say this has nothing to do with tradition. So this is very surprising because it has something that reminds us to an old tradition, but in another way, it's so modern. It's
Yeah, the instrument is really one of the one of the oldest instruments for Turkish music. You are definitely right. And when you go back the past, you see the women, they are just taking their drums and they are singing in the weddings, and they are crying for the when someone dies. So this part is definitely as you said, but when you go deeper for different forms, for example, I am generally singing religious songs because I like them so much. I find them really deep, and I like their content and lyrics and compositions. But the tradition tells me sometimes you can't sing them as women for some ideas, and sometimes they can say if you sing them you should have a different way of wearing. So these kind of hinders, make you feel that you are not with tradition. So actually I feel that I do something traditional because what I'm singing, the lyrics, belong to really old times. They are from Yunus Emre, they are from Niyazi Mısri. So you know, they are centuries ago, so they are tradition itself themselves. But what make you feel far from the tradition are the people who are so strict to something. You know, we will talk about maybe later, but one of my aims is to change this. You know, sometimes I feel that by time it is changing, because there are many people who want to sing these kind of songs, but they are not. They don't feel powerful enough for that, because when you see there, singing and drumming is great for me, but sometimes it is a challenge. To come here was a big challenge for some time. So I'm now so happy to be representing these kind of things. But yeah, I am traditional. You are right. So I don't want to say that I am far from tradition, because my master from you know, I have some masters, but the oldest one is a really traditional one. So he used to sing and drum in a really traditional way. For example, he used to hold the bendir, the frame drum, on his hand, and never on the knees, never between legs. So this is something traditional. I take this and I play the same way, but of course I can take it on my knees as well. So I get this idea from him. I was inspired by him, but I can change something in my journey as well. So I'm free.
Thank you, Tuba. Yeah, yeah. So it's an interesting topic, I think, how to handle the tradition, and also this is maybe reflects the situation in Turkey in general, of the society also, because this is the beauty sometimes in Turkish music, because sometimes you have rock bands, really, and they play so old music you cannot imagine. So so there, the contact to tradition is as you live. I mean, the music, the content is tradition, but the form is totally unusual and totally modern, very free. So this is very typical for Turkish culture also in general. But we could talk about this very long, and maybe we can find the link to Isabel, because also you are inside the tradition, let me say. And do you have also this certain moments where you have to leave, or where you want to leave, or a challenge like Tuba?
Yes, I'm feeling very very close to her, because I was learning with a master who went to the village to research this all with all women, and but finally he developed this instrument in his own way, and now for me it's the same. Maybe people, when I'm singing, people think, oh, you are playing like an old times or something like that, but no, I'm trying to repeat, but in my own way. And sometimes I I also change the lyrics, because sometimes I don't like the lyrics, and I try to compose a new lyrics, because always sometimes I don't like the meaning about the women, because of the tradition, the old tradition. So I try to change the lyrics, and also to compose. But for me, the most important, as Tukba, is to listen the tradition, to go deep, to study the original roots, to listen a lot these old recordings. I try to repeat the same, and after I will go far away. Yeah, after I'm free to go in my own way.
Yeah, and you make also researches about this in different regions, or what is the, yeah, how is the way you work?
Yeah, well, not exactly, but for example, in my where I'm living now in my region, we have many different parties, festivities with music in the street, and people go with the guitars and percussion instruments, and they sing maybe during 4 days all the time in the street, in the night and in the morning, in the afternoon, every day you can find a group of people playing at the street. So for me, it's to go to the village and to listen there many hours. It's like to research something. It's something like that. So yes, and also I try to when if I like a popular party that where I know that there are very special music. For example, I try to go there to listen and yes to yes to learn. But now with internet is different because many years ago you had to go to the village, but now we have many recording in internet in different yes libraries, audio libraries. So it's very yes. I try to combine both, but the most of the time I listen a lot old recordings.
Yeah. And also you sing in different languages, right? Am I right?
Yes, I try to do it, but I only speak Spanish. I don't speak English. So yeah, I try to to sing in Sephardic and in Ladino, in these all Spanish. Yes, and also sometimes I love Greek music, and sometimes I try to sing in these language because the phonetic is very similar with the Spanish, so it's easy for me. Yeah, yeah, for me, Spanish, Greek, and Sephardic. Sometimes Turkish, but not too much. The most of the time is that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, because I listened to your concert and it was nice to switch between the languages also. Yeah. Yes, so now we can continue with Johnny. You are also in a certain tradition, and
My tradition is a big mixture of traditions. If I may say, what I find super interesting, what Tugba said, like, so for me, I studied different traditions, and I really want to respect the tradition, and then, like Tugba and Isabel, then make my own thing out of it. They said in Canada, when we study other traditions, it's actually a challenge to respect and go to the root of it. Sometimes you will learn like, oh yeah, this is a Turkish rhythm. Yeah, they play it like this, and then you pick it up, and then oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know a Turkish rhythm. You know, it's it, and then of course. With time and with age and with experience, it's like, okay, wait, what is this Turkish rhythm? Like, where does it come from? And who taught you that? Where did you see that? Is it just like a YouTube video that you check quickly, or were you in Turkey? Do you have an idea about the country, the people? So it's very interesting because for me the work is kind of the opposite. So Tuba was saying that she lives in this traditional environment and there are strict rules, where she tries also as a woman, she tries to grow a bit out of it, keeping the respect, but still, and of course it seems to come with judgments, and I find it very brave. Also, I've been, of course, in contact. I studied a couple of times in Cuba, and there are many things that women couldn't play, certain instruments they couldn't touch before. Now it evolved, so women can. Not everything in religion, especially, there are still some rhythms that and some drums that women cannot touch, but still we see a big evolution. So I've been in contact with cultures like that. And yeah, I find it brave. I find it, I have a lot of respect for that. And I'm glad that in my world, which is a bit at the opposite, where people, a lot of people, not everyone, of course, but it happens a lot that people take from other cultures without having the root and really the source and the respect for the source. I'm happy that I got the experience to be aware of that and to, in my own work, to try to know where the things I use come from. And when I then create out of them, I can still relate to the source and my masters, of course. And so yeah, it's very interesting to have this panel, I think, today. The same for Isabel. So I think Spain really has a lot of alive traditions, and that's a bit the same. Sometimes people is like, yeah, this is flamenco, blah blah blah, and okay, is it really flamenco, and where did you learn that, and blah blah. So yeah, it really challenges my thoughts also in my own work. So I tried to go to the sources of things to then develop as a percussionist. So yeah, I have my masters from Cuba and also in Canada, some great people that I'm grateful to. And that's also why I went to Spain, and when I went to India also. And yeah, so what I create is really not traditional, but I'm always aware of the source, and I can always say, okay, I can also say sometimes, hey, I'm gonna present this to you, I'm gonna teach this to you, but this is not traditional, this is not Turkish, it's not Spanish, and if you want to know more, you should go to the source of it. So yeah, so I think I'm inspired by many traditions, but I'm not traditional. It's that the result is a very creative and free, but respectful. I think. I hope it comes out respectful. Yeah, that's what I could say. I think. Murat, to your short question, with which the answer is very long. But yeah.
Yes, maybe even you could answer much longer. I think you have a lot to say, to tell us, because you traveled a lot in the world and you stayed there. It's not only YouTube. No, it's totally the opposite. And so that's, I think we can really feel it in the music. And because also you, as you said, it's you don't yes, you don't pretend like I play this, I play this. No, also your knowledge, because we talked about specific things. Also, we met in Mannheim in the Pop Academy, by the way. So there you gave the master class, and so you could feel that you have really a clear idea of what you learned and what is important for you and what you want to give to the students. Yes.
Thank you.
And
Oof.
so,
that's good if it comes across clear. I'm glad. Thank you.
well, yes, so it was obvious, I think. Maybe we can listen now again to some music, and before we continue, so you can relax, drink something, and enjoy the music.
Kırklar dağının düzü, ziyaret çarptı bizi. Kırklar dağının düzü, ziyaret çarptı bizi. Kör olasan zalim Suzan, Suzan, Suzi, Suzan, Suzi, ziyaret çarptı bizi. Kör olasan zalim Suzan, Suzan, Suzi, Suzan, Suzi.
köşkü serindir, Dicle suyu derindir. Gazi köşkü serindir, Dicle suyu derindir. Sen ağlama garibanım, garibanım, garibanım. Kadir Mevlam kerimdir. Sen ağlama garibanım, garibanım, garibanım. Gani Mevlam kerimdir. Kar yağar kar üstüne, derdim var dert üstüne. Cellat boynumu vursa, ben sevmem yar üstüne. Kar yağar kar üstüne, derdim var dert üstüne. Cellat boynumu vursa, yar sevmem yar üstüne. Aman ey halım yaman ey, seni gelin getirem arpa buğday zamanı ey. Aman ey halım yaman ey, seni gelin getirem arpa buğday zamanı ey. Kar yağar beyazlanır, gün doğar ayazlanır. Ben yarimi görmezsem şu gönlüm marazlanır. Kar yağar beyazlanır, gün doğar ayazlanır. Ben yarimi görmezsem şu gönlüm marazlanır. Aman ey halım yaman ey, seni gelin getirem arpa buğday zamanı ey. Aman ey halım yaman ey, seni gelin getirem arpa buğday zamanı ey. Aman ey halım yaman ey, seni gelin getirem arpa buğday zamanı ey.
All you do in your DAW, whatever DAW it is, it's literally just
Wow.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you also. Yeah, so how did you find the drum? How did you find your voice? How did it start? How did you develop your way tuba?
Yes, actually, I want to confess that I can't listen to myself that much, so I'm just singing and living there, So this is interesting that I have to listen myself from the beginning to the end. Oh my God. So thank you for everyone that they are patient enough to listen me, because I couldn't listen myself. Oh my God. I have to say that actually I was graduated from English language teaching. I forgot English, unfortunately. Sorry for my bad English, but I was going to be an English teacher, and music was my hobby. But then the master that I mentioned, who was really traditional way of drumming and singing, he was a Sufi man, and I heard his voice. And I was not able to know him when he was alive, actually, but he is my master because I started this journey after I heard his voice. So I feel a connection with his soul. So if he accepts, he is my master, Nezih Uzel. And then I told myself that the frame drum was, on the wall, and I was not that much using it. then I said I was now it is my intention that I will be like him because he cured my heart with his voice, and I will be playing if I can. I will be playing and singing like him, and maybe after I pass away, someone will listen to my voice in the middle of the night in a really difficult time of his or her life, and then that voice of me will be a window for him or her in his life, so this was my intention, and I did my best after here until here. But as Giovanni said, it is not a way that has an end. You always learn more and more, you feel more and more, and now today I was able to know two great musicians, and I want to say that I liked listening to them, and I'm going to listen them as well from now on, and I heard some, common things as well. This made me so excited. So I will be listening to them more detailed and by myself longer way, and I'm so happy to know them. I wanted to say that. And after I listened to him, Nezih Huzel, I looked for someone who can play like him, because this is a big challenge for you. There are many drummers, but you want to find something familiar what you have listened. So I found my master after I went to many people, and he's Serdar Bişiren. I'm always telling his name with a big honor and with a grateful. And I started with him, and I'm still his student, and until I die I am his student. And then I left everything about teaching, about I was making some translations, I left them as well. So I was like in a fairy tale. I just went after the path of music, and now I'm in an academic way, I'm making something about music as well. As I said, Turkish religious music, my specific department. After English language teaching, I studied in State Conservatory Turkish music. Then I started for master Turkish religious music, and actually, as Johnny said, it was a difficult time for me after I changed something, but maybe I explained too. Maybe I told something really, it may be misunderstood, so I want to change it as well. As a woman, you can sing everything. No one can do anything to you, but you have to be ready. Really, some different comments too. So it's not no one can say you can't sing this religious song, but when you sing it in a different manner, for example, normally Turkish religious musics, we say ilahis, one of the most common forms of Turkish music. The idea is to remember God and to remind God, the one who listened to you. But when I sing it in a manner like song, because I like it, I close my eyes and I like singing how it comes. So they say this is to remind God, but when you sing it like a song, this is a problem. And some believe that women voice cannot make them remember God. So these kind of things. So I don't want to make something understood. So I want to say this. Yeah, I'm always, when you ask a question, my mind is like branches, so going around everything. But when it comes to final version, I started this journey after I heard the voice, and then I understood that music is like my religion, is like my God, my everything, because it has the power of changing my life completely. So my dream is to change someone's life even after I pass away, and music is a great opportunity for one to be endless and to touch people after life as well. So I like touching people's heart, soul, to make them better. So this is my dream to start this journey because I experienced this, so I wanted to be like him as well after life. So this is my journey. Oh, I talk too much. Oh my God, you should say enough, Tuba, enough.
Tuba,
Yep.
you are my master now.
No, no.
Yes, yes,
Never.
very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much. Oh, we are just, we are just walking on the same way. So we are the passengers together after the same path of music. So I closed my.
Well, that was super interesting. And thank you for clarifying. I think you were clear, and maybe my example is just too extreme. I think you were clear. It's still interesting, this, I think where I'm from, there's not really that, when you say that the voice of a woman cannot, for some people, for just some people, cannot reach God, really. It's so for me, that's of course very special to hear, because where I'm from, religion has really a smaller role nowadays. So it's just it's very interesting. Thank you.
And Isabel, let me say, in your culture, religion has maybe more a bigger role than maybe in Canada, or in the environment where Johnny grew up, or how is it there?
Well, I feel close to the folk music. I don't sing too much many religious songs, because also in here in the most of the time this kind of music are in the church, but I love the music in the street, more or less the folk music, I mean. But also we have something in between, because we have parties, like a kind of religious party, but with folk music or something like that, something in between. And for me, this is I like more that way to sing, no, not the way to in the church, because we don't have the music in the church is not too much developed. No, is I think that in the village, in the towns, the evolution is there. I mean, with this music. So yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. So your way to music, to singing, was more from, yes, when you were, did you sing when you were a child, or how was your path?
Yeah, well, I didn't go to the conservatory, and I don't have musical studies, official musical studies. My grandparent was singing, sang in the house, when he were to buy something, he were singing at the street, or my mother also the same. He always he's singing in the house. For me, it's very normal to sing, because yes, I mean, because something happened with our voice sometimes, because we don't want to sing, and never. And before, it's the most normal to share the voice with other people in the street, to share many moments, if you sing nice or not too not nice. I mean, you have to share with other people in the festivities, the moments. Yes, for me, it's I studied in this way, only to sing with other people, to be happy with other, and bit a bit I wanted to learn something special, and I thought I want to go to a school or to study that music. But in Spain we don't have traditional studies or something like that. We don't have that. So flamenco, yes, but flamenco, we know Spain is very big. We don't have we have flamenco and other kind of music. Yes, because flamenco is from the south of Spain, and it's something new, something like that. But in the root of that music, we have a lot of things, and the north of Spain is very different. The center, yeah, we have many languages also inside the country. So I started to research on my own with this teacher Eliseo Parra and other. I started to travel to understand this music, to listen a lot, and also I went to Creta to Labyrinth Musical Workshop to study with other masters from the other traditions, from Turkey, from Greece, from Bulgaria. Yes, and again, in Spain. After to listen other music, when I came to Spain, I feel that I want to research more of my own tradition. So I said I want to learn about the pandereta, about the square drum, because we have many things to do. So I think also when you listen other music, other cultures, you can value, you can respect at the same time this culture and also your own culture. Yeah, yes, for me it's very important, and this is my way to do today also.
Yes, so also a long journey until now, and also we will talk later how you will continue, in which direction. Also, this is maybe interesting for us. Yeah, and yes, so Joanie, how did you start?
So the voice and percussion combination was kind of apart at first for me. So a bit like Isabel in my family, there was always music. No one is properly musician, like as a job, or yeah, it's really just a hobby. But there was a lot of dancing and singing and rock and roll music from my dad, and yeah, so I always sang a little bit. And then as a teen, I fell in love with percussion, and it was really two paths at first. And I think it came from, I started to do my own music, so electronic music. I have my own project now, Bea Box, and I was really into percussion and then composing. And then I thought, okay, I have stuff to say. Like I wanted to connect more with people, and percussion is great, but I thought I would like to have words and to say something to someone. And so I started to just draft lyrics here and there, and then put the lyrics with the electronic music and then the percussion with that, and made a big spaghetti with many things. And then I really loved it because it was, for me, then complete. So of course the percussion already with, so I studied percussion. I'm a trained percussionist in the jazz, Latin pop world. So I was at ease with that. And I also trained a bit with jazz vocals training. So I felt kind of comfortable with both worlds, but then to put them together, it was amazing. It was really powerful because of the percussion, but it was also very intimate because of the voice. And then of course with the electronics programming, then you can put all the instruments you want. So I thought, oh wow, okay, I I'm alone, but I can offer so much if someone wants to receive. So yeah, it was really the idea of communication at first. Yeah, I felt limited with the percussion. Yeah, and that's fantastic to do. I think both worlds together. It's very complete. I'm also delighted to discover the worlds and the work of Tupa and Isabel. It's so beautiful and complete. You have the voice and the words that I sadly don't understand. I wanted to ask you two actually from the videos we saw. So you have the wonderful voice, you have the words that most people, I guess, in your audience, they can receive. And then you have the drums supporting everything and the rhythmic, so the deep sound and also the rhythmic if people want to move or just to be moved. So yeah, for me, it's really complete with these two elements. I find it fantastic.
And yes, I think you are maybe, as I could understand, you are maybe one of the most who writes the lyrics by yourself. I think you don't use traditional songs or old ancient songs, either religious or folk. You really write everything yourself, or I don't know.
So in my nowadays project, Bea Box, I write my own lyrics. Of course, I do in my teaching work and also in my percussionist work. I'm mostly inspired by the Afro-Cuban culture, even though I studied a bit of flamenco singing, but just a little bit. But I was more into when I started my studies in percussion, I was really immersed into the Afro-Cuban music. So that was also maybe a connection because then I sang and I played the clave or the drums, and I probably had a wonderful feeling, but I probably had this feeling in the back of my head. Maybe I was a bit searching for it then on my own. I think it had a big influence. But yeah, in my own work, I write my lyrics. It comes from something else. So I always wrote a lot, like journaling since a kid. And I don't know, as a teen, I read about automatic writing, and I tried it out. So it's just you take something to write that you like, and then you relax and you just write everything that you have in mind, but everything. And you should not, what's the word for that? You shouldn't block yourself, right? So even if it's awful or if it's stupid or if it sounds totally disconnected, you just write. So I started to do that exercise. I loved it. And then later I realized that was not so boring actually. And there were stuff in there which were meaningful to me, and it started to be my entry into lyrics writing. So, and I can definitely recommend that exercise itself, because at first it was very surprising to me. What comes out of your head when you don't control, if you try it out, let me know. For me, it was very, very interesting. And and then that's still how I write today. So I did in the summer writing residency for myself for a new album. And so I just sat in the morning with the computer and I just write everything in mind. And then with the chaotic result, I will highlight the ideas that I like, and then I work on that. So the lyrics are very personal, very dreamy. Sometimes people don't understand anything, but hopefully it touches sometimes, I hope, a few people.
Yeah, so maybe now we can listen to one of your pieces of Bea Box. I think this is one of your main projects, is that correct?
Yeah, that's my main project nowadays.
Project, yeah. And we will listen to a piece that's called The Corner. It's from a live concert.
Okay.
You want to say something about the piece before, or?
No, let's just watch it.
Okay, let's just watch it. Good.
sway. I'm here with and without wind, sitting down on the floor. I'm here with and without wind, sitting down on the floor. And I bite, I take, I dare. I stand in your way, and I bite, I take, I dare. I stand in your way. I'm here with and without wind, sitting down on the floor. I'm here with and without wind, sitting down on the floor. And I can't move everything, everything. Oh, human being. Yes. Merci. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, that was Bea Box, right?
Mhm.
And what is the, I mean, how you came to the title Bea Box?
It was a funny moment with my family. I started this project. It was really almost non-existing, and it was New Year's Eve, and I was with my family, and we were on the table brainstorming about a name for that project, and that came out because Bea is very close, of course, to beat, and it's also close to the word. It's part of the word beatitude, which is more of a religious word in English. So in French, beatitude, which is a state of total grace. And box, I wanted to find a word for this. Is really my universe. So yeah, it's kind of my space of beatitude, because when I'm executing the songs, I'm in a very wonderful state for me, and I hope for the audience. So that's how it came. That's funny because a lot of people at first they thought I was a beatbox artist, and I had to clarify that a little bit. But yeah, so Bea Box for my box of beatitude.
Nice. And so this is a development, let me say, from your musical influences. You said you studied all the drums, the rhythms, the instruments, and then on top you brought your own lyrics, your own melodies you compose with. So this is a mixture, and this is your style, let me say. It's
Yeah, it's
unique, I think.
Thank you so much. It evolves. Like now, I would like to make some a bit more dancey stuff, because I would like that people move at my shows. Like now, they're seated and they appreciate. I hope, but yeah, I think my second album would be a little bit more dancey. Let's see.
Yeah, so we will dance together.
Yes, we love that.
Yeah. So you have a different approach to use your voice, right? And
Yes.
so what is fascinating in using the voice, or can you explain maybe what is a fascinating moment when you sing and when you drum? So this unity, or what is
Yeah,
it?
there is a part of a challenge sometimes because sometimes I compose the songs and I make an arrangement, and then of course I go into producing and I will change a bit the vocal lines and add some more percussion. And then when I want to execute the thing live, sometimes I have this puzzle. Oh my God, I'm playing this, or I want to play this, and I made this vocal line on top of each other, and sometimes it's like, wow, and it sounds good to me, so it has to have a link because it works when I hear what I did. But when I have to do it with my own body, it's sometimes I was challenged by sometimes I cursed on my own about my own work, what I created for myself. So I think for me, that's also what I will do in the workshop tomorrow that I give for Tamburi Mundi. I was very inspired by the Afro-Cuban concept of clave and singing, because that's what's happening there. So you have a very precise rhythm and you have a voice on top, and there are some strong connecting points. So that's what helped me a lot in my own work. So I checked, okay, I have this rhythm that I'm going to play and I have this vocal that I want to sing. So where are my connecting points? And what's amazing is that after, when you figure that out and you rehearse that at some point, probably Isabella and Tukba also have these challenges sometimes, or because they have these rhythms, traditional, and they have the singing on top, and yeah, it's never the same, or often the same. So what is amazing to me is with a bit of rehearsal, then it becomes so natural, and you have to let go somewhere, because if you take care of the voice, it has to be a bit automatic when you play, or when you take care of the playing, the voice has to be a bit automatic. So there is kind of this dual thing happening, and if you're able to let go, and that this machine that we have just is playing by itself, it's a really beautiful thing. There's something of a moment of grace in there, and a bit, you become a bit the observer of this thing, because it has to be a well-oiled thing. And yeah, I think I'm amazed each time when it does it by itself at some point, this combination. Yeah. I find it myself very, very cool.
Yes, and you have to train also. This is not something that comes and you play and you sing. And it's the coordination and everything. It's training also, like an instrument. It's something new.
Totally.
You have an instrument here, you have an instrument here. And then the complete is also one instrument, or something that you have to learn.
Yeah, totally. And as I did a workshop with Murat in the last days at the Pop Academy in Germany, Mannheim. And as I told there, what's also fascinating is on a very physical state level, there are really connections, nerves, neurons, connections created in the brain while you train stuff like that. So if you never sang and play, you don't have these connections. But luckily for us humans, more and more you will do these things. Now you have these new neurons, so it becomes, of course, easier and easier. Yeah.
Yes, and for Tuba or for Isabel, what is the fascinating moment for you with your instruments, your drums, when you sing?
Isabel, would you like to start?
For me, it's the same.
Perfect.
What do you want to say, Tuba?
Same, actually. I don't remember the time that I started singing and drumming in a natural way. You know, I don't remember the exact moment when it started, you know, without thinking consciously, but automatically it is together. So this is something really spiritual for me. I like this thing that I can't remember. And the most fascinating thing is when I'm singing and drumming, when I close to my eyes, and Murat will remember last year I was invited to the concert in Freiburg. I was singing with a closed eyes, but I was disconnected, but I couldn't see it. So it's not all the time something good, but I close my eyes and I open a new world. And I, after the song finishes, and it is, you know, maybe 4 minutes, I come to the word again. So this is the moment, the most fascinating moment for me, because each song is a new word for me, a new season for me, a new moment for me. So I like this escaping thing for my performances. I like it. So, but I have to be careful if I am invited in an online concert. So it is my experience for Freiburg, so I have to miss as well sometimes, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes, I don't remember. Yes, the first time that I was singing and playing at the same time. For me, it's always also natural, something natural. And also, this music, this kind of traditional music, it's happening in that music. No, in the Mediterranean Sea, we have that the percussion and singing. It's together many times. So for me it's something natural, but it's not easy to do it. Yes, we have to practice, I think, percussion in technique for percussion, and the other way you have to practice the voice, no, the melody. Yes, it's like a building or something like that. You have to put the floor, and after you have to put the words, something like that. You can sing in the garden and go, and after inside the house, something like that. No, you can only play or only sing, and one day you can do together, no, something like that. And at finally it's like only one instrument, no. Yes, like Joanny said, one day you go and your mind is out, and you go with your body, no. It's finally sometimes it's like a dance, when you play with the drum and you sing at the same time. You can feel like your body is dancing, no. It's because you need all your body and your mind to do that, no. Yes, yes.
Yes, and I mean, some of you maybe joined the workshop today of Isabel. It was a short workshop, but it was beautiful. We learned the song and we learned to play the drum. You made it really very simple, very easy to understand. And unfortunately, it was only online. I think that would be so big joy to sing with all the people around you. So, but you are doing this also, sing with the people in a group, right? Drumming and
Yes,
singing.
yes, because this kind of music to play with groups, yeah, with a group of people. Yeah, I love to do by myself and alone. I mean, and also you can listen or recording with only one person, one woman to do it. But when you play with other people, it's great, and yes, like a party, fiesta.
Like a fiesta. Yes, and this is a difference indeed. I mean, you three of you, we listened to you as a singer and soloist, let me say, right? But singing in a group is has another level of energy, of course, and in that case, it's not that important. I mean, Johnny, we were in Pop Academy and we talked about this. So to be really precise with intonation, I mean, it is nice to have a group with a good intonation, but at the end, this is not the important point. Or even if the timing is not 100%. So the joy of voice and drumming together in a group, this energy I think is very unique. So and even if you are not so good in singing, the whole group is supporting you. So each person supports the other, and so this is, I think, also a beautiful experience that is very nice with drum, percussion, and with the voice. Yeah, I think you work also with groups, I think, right? Also, Joanie and Tuba, right? Or
Yes, yes, yes.
yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, also, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can listen now to one piece of Isabel, some music. We have your duo again, Mañana y Mañana. Yo era niña, is correct? I'm not sure.
Yes, yes, perfect.
Okay.
Con luna preta salí de casa, mi camino
Wow.
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 I'm very shy now because I'm here with my Turkish teacher Tukba, with my master Tukba. So it's
No, it's really great, and I wanted to say that it is really similar to Turkish music. Actually, I was Spain some years ago for a research of my academic topic. I was searching for Sephardi music, Ziryab actually, and as soon as the recording started, heard the sounds of Turkish music. So they are really similar.
yeah.
The instrument is really interesting for me because Murat knows that my second instrument is rebab. It is really similar to that instrument, and we have yaylı tambur, which is really similar sounds and forms with this instrument. So, and the atmosphere was great, and also Joanne's atmosphere was great as well. I wanted to say that again. It was really somewhere like space, far away from the world. I like the area as well because if I have this kind of programs, if I'm the audience, I am always open eyes, no problem, because the atmosphere is really great for both. So congratulations, they were really nice. It was so deep. Oh my God, I really hardly stop my drops because it was really deep. Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, I want to say thank you. I feel very inspiring with you, both of you, Joanny and Tukba. It was very, it was great to listen you yeah. Thank you so much.
Totally likewise. It's wonderful to meet you and listen to your work. Very, very inspiring. Thank you, Murat. It's a wonderful panel, really.
Yes, we also say thank you. And so maybe there is some question in the chat. We can just wait 1 minute. And so just by the way, we are thinking, because Tamburi Mundi is an association that is working around frame drums and around rhythms, around bringing people together, having exchange of cultures, developing new things. So one idea is that maybe in future we will make a project with maybe we can invite you three for a concert together, like a residency for a few days, that we have a concept, and so we don't know when, but we have in mind because at the moment we don't know how the future is going on, but so far we can say that this is a plan in our mind. So
that would be super. Really, I would be totally up for it. That would be wonderful.
Great.
Definitely, it would be great dream for me. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, I want to go with you.
Yes, so hopefully you will see each other life in Freiburg. Yes, so we have to be patient, but we learned the last 2 years, near more or less. We learned this, and so I think the good thing is that we learned something, and we can wait and know that this will happen one day. Yeah, so I just ask here, I think there is one question. By Tamburi Mundi. So there is one question. If Tuba, if you will give any classes, or I don't
Me?
know, yes, online classes or something people just would like to know. Yeah.
Yes.
Online classes, yes.
I now I don't live for 3 years. I stopped giving lessons, but if one day I start, I'm just announcing it. So nowadays, not it doesn't seem, but if I can give one day, I will just write on Instagram.
Okay, so you will write us that we can publish and everything.
Okay.
Also, in general, if you have any projects for the future, Joanie or Isabel or Tuba, we can stay in contact also, because we have, I think, many people who are interested in your work, so we can spread it. And so this is every time, feel free to send us something. Yes. So
Thank
I
you.
think more or
Thank you.
less we are at the end. So if you have something to say, maybe I forget something to ask, or you would like to say something about, yes, about anything. There is one more question to Isabel. No. If you are teaching online, Isabel, they ask you.
In Tamburi Mundi, this morning. Well, this afternoon. Yeah, well, you can if anybody is interested in some lesson, maybe he or she can write me by Facebook or Instagram. Yes.
That's the easiest way. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we can, yes, we can say goodbye, good night. And thank you again for being here. It was so nice to listen to you and to listen to your music. And I'm looking forward. I'm sure we will see you again somewhere. And
I would like to thank you
yes,
so much, dear Murad. And I always believe that music leaves distance, but now I definitely feel it in my heart, in my soul. Two great musicians, two great women, two great human, and one great master moderating us. So it was a big honor for me. Thank you, and your team, your hidden team background. So thank you for everything. It was a great night that I forgot about time, how time passed. So it was like a moment. So thank you so much.
thank you.
Yes, I want to say the same, Murat. Thank you for the idea. I think it's very nice idea to get this meeting together, and it was a pleasure to meet you and to listen to you and to be here, listen to you and sharing this kind of things. Thank you so much.
I join Tuba and Isabel. Thank you very, very much to all the team too. It went super great, and yeah, yeah, the team.
Bravo, team.
And I wish you a great moment tomorrow, because I know you have a talk also tomorrow. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Now we can start our.
Okay.
Perfect. Wow.
Wow.
Great.
So
Now we stay here.
yes.
Yeah,
So
the whole program was like that around the same table. So the program, the spirit of the program was this view, exactly.
yes. So when you come to Freiburg, this is our office, you know.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so we say bye bye, Tamburi Mundi, and tomorrow we have also another program and channel. We have Bettina Castagno in the channel as a guest, and Francesco Magaro also. If you want to join, and if you want to join workshops in the afternoon, you can also be together with Joanny. And yes, from our side, thanks for coming and bye bye, good night, good evening.
Oh, la vida me la amargate eres tú.